I don't have to elaborate why Cuba inspires us. First of all, we have to compare the physical features of Cuba with us. I was trying to find out the population of this city, Delhi, is over 33 million. And the population of Cuba is 1/3 of the population of Delhi, which is 11 million. But when we hear Cuba, we know that this country with 11 million or 1 crore 11 lakh as per the term which is more understandable to us. These people, they stand up against the most powerful military machine of the world, United States of America. America thinks that it is the superpower. And many describe American imperialism as a superpower. Let us say American imperialism. Let us call a spade spade. Now, among some writers and commentators, imperialism is a dirty word. But we Indians know we had to fight hundreds of years against colonialism and against imperialism. Nobody needs to teach us the dangers of imperialism. And today the world is faced with the very, very ominous threat from imperialism led by US imperialism. And they think they are the superpower. They claim. But we know the 11 million courageous of people of Cuba, they are a superior power than the American imperial superpower. That is why we extend our solidarity with Cuba. During our student days, it was Vietnam which used to inspire us. Many of you remember a slogan of those days. When Vietnam was fighting against US imperialism, in 1954 they defeated French imperialism in Dien Bien Phu. Then America took over. They fought American imperialism also. Then we used to shout a slogan, Amara Naam, Tumhara Naam, Vietnam, Vietnam. Today we shout the slogan that your name, my name, Cuba, Cuba. Today we speakers, on behalf of the organizers, we apologize to you that we could not find a larger place to accommodate all of you. So comrades are fighting some difficulty, but please bear with us. Today, due to the fact that many important people are there to speak, and Dr. Aleida has to attend another program in the evening in the embassy, each of us are advised to have some self-restraint. I am reminding myself because when we start speaking about Cuba, especially Comrade Raja and me, because we visited Cuba 4 decades ago, 1978, in the Youth Festival. Most likely, Raja would definitely speak about that. Comrade Indrani is sitting here, who was part of the delegation. Only few of us are present here, who participated in the 1978 International Youth Student Festival. But the slogan of the International Youth Festival still rings in our memory. For anti-imperialist solidarity, peace and friendship. That slogan is still relevant. Now, the latest, I do a fast forward from 1978. That time, something which most inspired us while being in Cuba was In the very beautiful beaches of Cuba, we were taken. And there were hundreds of African Cubans. When I say so, I hope you would understand. African Cubans are having black skin. For understanding, I say so. When we were communicating with them, when we asked the youth, what did revolution give you? They told us, the African Cuban youth, they said, only after revolution we were getting access to these beautiful beaches. This is what revolution gave them. We in our country even today encounter racial, religious and ethnic differences, and of course what had happened in different parts of our country, ethnic cleansing, racial genocide. And we remember the so-called superpower just 80 miles away from Cuban shore. In that country, a few years ago, a movement started. What was the title of that movement? Black Lives Matter. So Cuba shows us a different experience. I don't want to speak about how they eradicated illiteracy, how health is a fundamental right in Cuba, how the entire world found invisible viruses of COVID-19, how to deal with that situation. It was Cuba which showed the world how such a situation of a pandemic can be addressed, and over 50 countries, the health workers of Cuba went for dealing with the pandemic situation of COVID. Notwithstanding blockade, they have developed 5 vaccines against COVID. So Cuba is an inspiring model to the world. I apologize to Comrade Aleida and Stefania for the very hectic and physically demanding programs we have scheduled in different parts of the country. What Dr. Aleida secretly told me, with her permission, I am going to divulge openly. While climbing up, she told me, I want to kill you. Then I said, I am already dead, therefore you don't have to kill me. And she today is the most outstanding anti-imperialist fighter and symbol and the greatest martyr of all times. Therefore, your presence here inspires us. We continue to stand in solidarity with you, and the democratic and progressive-minded people of the world are always with Cuba. With these few words, I conclude my very brief observations.